All right, what is going on? It is January 30th, 2022. Personal blog from me. I'm going to try doing these driving blogs more and more. So I just wanted to give an update on my day. Nothing else, nothing really great is going on right now other than the fact that I'm going to be doing, let me do it like this. Other than the fact that I'm going to be doing a series of different blogs and blog formats. I was thinking of the driving format, but the issue is that it takes me about half an hour almost to get to where I want to go around this time, and driving is kind of tiresome. Driving and blogging is actually surprisingly tiresome. Maybe it's one of those things that I have to do reps with, like exercise enough, and then I'll get used to it. But I remember the few times earlier or later last year that I did it, that I was kind of drifting off behind the wheel. I'm definitely not tired like that right now. That I think that would be a concern. But at the same time, I kind of want to make sure that that doesn't happen to me, because I feel like I want to get like a long form piece. I want this to be like a long form piece that I don't kind of just run out of things to say, and thing is, a lot of things I have to also determine what I want to say, because I think I can talk about a lot of different subjects, right? But some of these subjects are controversial, right? Well, I think that's pretty much where most of the my subject matter falls in my head, and to the controversial side of the coin, and the controversial take. That's typically what I gravitate towards. And I don't know if this is going to be like a regular thing. I got to determine whether I'm good with doing that. Well, just to let you know, I guess I should be figuratively open. I'm going to be doing, so some of you know about my morning vlogs, whatever, about the eternal life, the search for eternal life. And, that's great and all. And that's something that I want to perfect. I got into neurophysiology a bit, and I've been digging into that over the last 2 days. And I can say that since I started those morning vlogs, my recollection, my capability to recollect facts and to construct narratives, I feel it tangibly increasing. Since I've been doing an hour a day, I'm a big proponent of doing things an hour a day. Why an hour? Because sometimes you have to do things. You could do things for a long time, but the issue is that there's diminishing returns, right? And you also have a limited amount of time. So I think I read somewhere that doing things for an hour a day helps you constrain, not only manage other responsibilities in your life, but also helps you really build your it helps you build your ability to stay consistent with something, right? So my life is actually at this point in time boiled down to a bunch of hours per day of things that I want to do. And I have several things I want to do. Like, for example, my morning schedule kind of revolves around just getting ready for the day, right? This is actually a big internal debate with me, but I get ready in the morning. I eat breakfast, I make my lunch, take my morning initial shower, I look at my stats, a few other stats regarding the market, some starting things for the day, watch an intro video of some politics related stuff or something else, and then I immediately get to doing my biology series, my Eternal Life series, and that's great and all, and that helps round out the first 2 hours of every day. I know I have a full-time job and whatever, and having a developer's job, especially at the where I work currently, sports organization. I don't know if I've mentioned directly where I work here, but it's a big deal, and it looks like a big deal on paper. To me, honestly, it's not exactly a huge deal because like whatever. I like software engineering. I'm not enthused about what I happen to be doing as much as I felt I may have been when I was 10 years younger. But regardless, the name is a name, and sometimes you just kind of have to slog through something until you kind of get that recognition. Okay, so without that being the case, I'm going to move a little farther ahead. And see, that's one thing with these video blogs. Like, I lose my, I kind of have this very disjoint train of thought. I think many people in my life have told me that I kind of have like this airy-fairy kind of way of talking about something when I'm not certain exactly what I want to talk about. And I notice it. But let me get back into a mode, right? So I'm also thinking of rejoining a band. Wow, I'm just driving and like somebody's just literally walking on Route 1 and 9. It's funny because like, you're not supposed to be doing that shit. Technically, I'm not supposed to be taking a video blog either, but it's fine. I mean, I'm not distracted by it. I don't have notifications popping up and telling me that I need to pay attention to what's going on. This is not a driving live stream or anything where I have to, respond to any of you commenters out there or anything like that. But, well, okay, let's get to the crux of the situation here. So yeah, this weekend it snowed, by the way. For all you people who like snow, you can't see it now. And I haven't been very good with my Insta or any of my other live social media things. There's some snow right there because I've been focusing more on, this weekend preparing for algorithm interviews and stuff like that. Yes, that's been one big part of my life for a long time. And algorithm, I'm really surprised. I've been fighting against my nature. Like, I have a certain vision for my success, right? And I think I'm definitely cutting off other opportunities. But as far as a software engineer, I feel like, I don't know if it's my ego talking, but I feel I need to get into a FANG of some substance. Okay, I need to get into, essentially like a Google type thing. And I've been practicing like lead code problems. I've been practicing problems from this algoexpert.io platform, which is essentially lead code problems, but just a subset of them, which are supposedly more focused and will help you get an interview or crack your coding interview, as people love to say. I don't know, in 20 years is the phrase crack your coding interview gonna be archaic or something like that? I don't know, we'll see. But whatever the case is, if I'm looking back in 20 years and being like, what the fuck was I doing at this time, I will be that I was trying to crack the coding interview. And the year before and the year before and the year before, like, it's been some bit of time. I mean, I have cracked some coding interviews otherwise I wouldn't have been working as a coder for so many years, right? I had to get in somehow. Some of them were not so challenging, some of them were challenging, but either way, the general FANG coding interview, specifically Google or Fama or whatever they call it now, not FANG, Google, that coding interview is super challenging, and that is my pinnacle for success. I don't know why I should even think of it that way, but I know that many people fiend to get into Google. I feel like almost like a trope, but there's just a lot of like mental processing I've done on my side, and just rationalization about this obsession. And that's what I tend to do a lot. I tend to rationalize things that are perhaps in a way irrational, right? Like I know, listen, I know that I don't have to get into a FANG to necessarily be successful. In fact, I'm probably looking a gift horse in the mouth by kind of like not being as focused on my current job as I think I should be, or as somebody is dedicated to a job that they don't have a FANG is focused on. But they say that you should, really chase your dreams, and this is, this is one component of my dream. Now, my real greater dream, I don't have, it's not purposeless. Okay, it's not purposeless, and it's not complete vanity either. And now there's a vanity element involved in my desire to get into a FANG. Okay, but there's also a more important element for me for why I want to get into a FANG. And specific, not just any FANG. I mean, I've tried one time for Amazon or something like that, bombed it, and I really didn't care very much, because to me, this was a while ago. I don't even remember. It was not very important, this Amazon interview. And why, and the thing is, to me, you see, Google is doing stuff that's not every FANG is doing, okay? Google, and I found this out recently, but Google has a life sciences division, which actually recently looks like it kind of split away from Google. But yes, Google has a life sciences division, or had, called Verily. And Verily is along the path that I want to take. So I've simplified. For a long time, I was trying to debate on what is my life career trajectory. Okay, it's been a long time. I've lived for several years. I lived for several decades at this point, and I've wondered, like, what has all this time on Earth that I've been allotted been used for, and what should it be used for, right? I've been relatively lucky in many ways that other people don't look out. In that, I've been able to get control of a large portion of my life. Not the whole thing, but a large portion of those unknown elements. I feel that, like, my ultimate goal is within my my grasp, in the sense, not in my grasp, but I feel I can really see it. Okay, and part of that involves my search for eternal life. But the thing is, I need to not let what I've already done to waste. And I feel that's like, some might call it cowardice. I feel that there's a very important reason for me feeling that way. And by what I've done, I mean, I've spent a great part of my life in the pursuit of programming, computer science, and technical ambitions in that manner. And oftentimes I felt I've had varying levels of success doing so. And I haven't really made a significant mark, I think, with the exception of maybe, like, objectively speaking, there's people whose marks have been much greater than mine. So at this point in time, this year, this decade has been really, I think this year so far, it's 5 months left to the year almost. 5 months left till my birthday. And for me, this year, right, this entire year, from my last birthday to this year, I believe has been setting me up with some skills and at least a vision to prop myself where I need to go. Okay? And this will be the first year of this decade, of my new decade. And I will really need, like, I've thought about it. I take every hour very seriously. I need to make sure that what I've done so far wasn't a waste. By that, I need to get into FANG. I'm going to boil it down without all the justifications, because some people will not care about my justifications either way. I need to get into Google. I need to try it. I have an opportunity, to be frank, but it's all based on cracking that coding interview, and I know a lot of people just get lucky. I need to get into Google. It's very important for me. I need to get into, after that, then I need to spend some time, obviously, let's say I do get into Google. I'll need to be doing engineering work, and I need to build some real prestige, recognizable prestige as an engineer. Actually, that's debatable. Just having the name attached to myself and being quiet about it for a bit really seems like all I really need to do. And then finally, and now I'm just talking career trajectory, because I have other life trajectories and other life things I need to handle, but career trajectory wise, after I'm in Google and I've spent some time there, then I need to work my way. And I've planned this in a way, but I haven't looked too deeply into executing this plan. And you know what, honestly, to tell you the truth, if I found a way to get into Google, without having to crack the coding interview. Like, I know I would be a sucky PM. Maybe that's a lack of confidence in myself. So I wouldn't try it that way. And in fact, the PM, to me, even being from Google, doesn't have, quite the same ring, connotation to it that being an engineer at Google does. I mean, because everybody knows, But here's the deal. Like, once I do that, I need to. If I found a way to get in as a PM, I would be kicking myself, or a much easier way. But this is the way that I get in, and I will get in this way, and I will have, earned my way in, so to speak. But once I'm there, if engineered for a while, then I need to immediately start looking into the life sciences work, because that will connect nicely, I think, to the next 2 phases of my career. And I say 2 because everybody knows that I'm on the search for eternal life. Okay? And not everybody knows. Who doesn't know? If you don't know, then now you know. You know that I'm on the search for eternal life. But why am I on the search for eternal life? Okay? Why? I have a reason. Because essentially the universe is eternal. And I found in my life the only way I could resolve my existence on this planet. This might, for some, delve into the realm of crazy talk. But the only way I can really justify my existence, I mean, some people do it through generations of family. Some people do it through, the works of art that they put out there, or their literature, the great literature they write. I don't know if I have time for all of that in my remaining lifespan, right? Natural lifespan. But I will say that I feel like I want to do those things, some of that, especially in the art and literature department. But I will say that post that, besides that, there is an entire universe to understand. There's a universe that will be here 75 trillion years. So what's 80 years to 75 trillion years? All right? I mean, 75 trillion years in the event that the big rip happens. Like, then apparently heat death could take longer than that. So I'm going to assume the big rip perhaps has a chance of happening. 75 trillion years is when the big rip is approximately expected to happen. So I want to know what's going on there. I really do. And I've thought about this in my life in the past, and I'm sorry to myself that I didn't capitalize on this when, I had the resources to potentially capitalize on it. Now here's the deal. I need to get to that point where, the limit of my life is not determined by my initial genetic confirmation. I need to be able to surpass that. That sounds very insane, right? But no, it's not. A lot more people are thinking about how to extend the human lifespan. And every day, I have some amount of time in the morning in which I can understand physiology better. Because why have I chosen to really spend a lot of time understanding physiology? Because I should have become a bio major in that regard. I could have been, I don't know. I could have become a bio major and then circumvented. I didn't. But I can't go back in time. The only thing I can do is do the right thing moving forward. So now I think talking through this to myself is part of the right thing. And I know other people who are in their 40s, 50s, 60s, etc., who started second careers. But rest assured that my second career choice is not one I take lightly. I'm not just interested in bio, okay? And as controversial as it may sound, I'm not just simply interested in helping people. Okay, I have something grandiose in mind. And because this is a grandiose universe that I've never really appreciated until pretty recently, in the way that I appreciate it now, okay, blame whoever you want for that, and I certainly blame myself, but I also blame the time I was born in, and really, I mostly have to blame myself. But whatever the case is, I have an appreciation for the universe like I've never had before, and I need to understand and know what happens at the end of it. Now, is it a big deal? Lots of, it's funny because it's not just knowing, it's somehow being involved in. I need that infinite awareness. Now, I might be looking back at myself on my deathbed in 40 years or 50 years, 60 years, whatever, and be like, what the fuck was I thinking? But every day I'm alive, right now, right now, every day I'm alive, and at this moment in time, I have found, for all intents and purposes, I may characterize as is my purpose. Okay, and in order, and as weird as strange a purpose as it might seem, it predicated on something that may totally not be possible physiologically. As, besides that, I know what I want. I know what I want to do. I want to just live forever, and it sounds distasteful in a way, but it's not. I have things I need to do in this world, and whether chance, whether God, whether somebody takes those from me, I can't control that. But the best I can do is advance my own self as far as I can, to the point that I'm able to at least control some aspect of my destiny. Now I'm in this parking lot here trying to find parking. What a pain in the ass. The thing is, there's so many people. Look how people are parked in stuff that's not even qualified as a parking space. Or not even a parking space. Well, this is going to be weird. I might have to park in the town again today. I didn't think the rest of this video would be and there's so many cars just filtering about this parking lot looking for parking spaces. It is absolutely insane. It is hard. They weren't kidding when they said it was hard getting freaking parking here. I'm gonna be filtering around like the rest of these bad boys looking for a parking. But you gotta do what you gotta do. So I think I'm gonna cause the video to end for now, because it's already been 22 minutes that I've been recording it. Recording too much of a long vlog definitely bore you guys, but what can I do? Looks like somebody's gonna park illegally. It's alright. I'm gonna have to just do what I gotta do. If I have to do some fucking fucked up parking, then I will do a fucked up parking. Because to be honest with you, no one in this there are so many people in this parking lot right now that don't even have the commuter tags. Okay? There's people trying to fit their way into parking lots that do not belong in these parking spaces. Okay, see you later.